With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. First down throw from Mayfield. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. First carry for Nick Chubb. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Ravens' 39-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
To Nick Chubb.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And inches.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Donovan Peoples-Jones. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Makes the score Browns 7, Ravens nothing. Zane Gonzalez set.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end. Has a touch. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
5-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Chubb, the ball carrier.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
3rd down.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. From the gun, Mayfield. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Number 19.
A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead.
Zane Gonzalez.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Jackson from the shotgun. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
5-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Dobbins. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal. To throw is Jackson. Flush to, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives to see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose. Because
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
The ball carrier.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Over the middle here to Brown. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
The 40-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 24. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Jackson on first down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
The Browns drive about to get started. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Mayfield off the play fake. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them.
Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Mayfield. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Let's do this.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Following the penalty, Chubb stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Chubb, the ball carrier.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. On 2nd and 15 now. Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll run with Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Cleveland.
Nick Chubb, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
It's gonna take it. No hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma put out one for the safe boy till there's nothing left. I'ma run to the bed until we all.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
More first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. To throw again, Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Good for another Baltimore Raven. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
One more time with Dobbins. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. They're going for it with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And finding the tight end, Hooper. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
First down, Cleveland.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Right there, 54, right there. Hurry!
Mayfield looks to throw. Flushed out right. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb, and he takes this one in for a Brown score.
Touchdown.
Nick Chubb with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And that's gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
K. Dobbins, incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. He was trying to find his tight end, Josh Oliver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Jackson will throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Mack Wilson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
At their own 3-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And right away, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Johnson on the return. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
1st down.
Throwing, Mayfield. And caught, right side, Green. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right. At a yard. A run for Nick Chubb. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Browns add on to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Makes the score Browns 41, Ravens 21. Zane Gonzalez set to
now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And a give this time to the tailback. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there and a first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through one tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there.
Brings up 2nd and
2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Another run here with Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 32. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
2-yard line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now a carry for Dobbins. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try.
A 30-yard attempt.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. Quick throw, complete out wide here to Green. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On the carry, it's Chubb. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mayfield now. Harris has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Cleveland.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. And
again, it's Chubb. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 yards on the play, first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Yeah, the Browns are going to have a first and goal as he's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Able to push his way through. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys, he's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play,
and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 21st touchdown of the season, and the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Zane Gonzalez.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And they take a knee.
Today's final score,
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So